And we are live. We're going to get some people coming in, and then we're going to get into this expo. For those of you watching this video after I went live, what's up? This is basically a Pokemon fan game expo that recently took place that we're going to be doing a full reaction to because I haven't watched the whole thing, though I did cover it in Monster Tamer News in a general sense. So there's that. Oh, we got people coming in here. Hello, hi. What's up, Pokemon Royale? Sherlock Small, what's up, guys? We got Kaichu, what's up? I'm going to share this around on my Discord server real quick. Got to get that stream. We got a stream squad role in the Discord, so I always got to let them know when I'm going live. And I guess I could share this. I'm in so many Discords because I cover so many monster taming games, and a lot of them have like self-promo sections. So like that's my tax for being in all the Discords and checking them every week. I get to use the video section to show off some of my content. What's going on, Miguel? Barry, you made it. Yes. Nathaniel, Sam, what's up? So I do want to talk about the typical comment I see whenever I cover anything fan game related. A lot of people will say, oh, don't cover it because then it's going to cause the games to get striked. And that's not necessarily true. Like games like Pokemon Reborn are, you know, still around, no issues. But not just that. What is going on here? Oh, okay, I see what happened. Okay, not just that. Developers of fan games want their games to be shared. They want people to play their games. If they wanted to keep their games secret, they would be keeping them secret. So it's kind of like a catch-22. If you cover something, there's more of a chance. But a lot of the developers that make fan games, they make the games knowing that that's a risk. ROM hacks as well, they'll never get striked because they don't actually share game files. They share patches. But when it comes to fan games, that's sort of the dichotomy, right? You have wanting people to play your game, but also not wanting to get your game shut down. If your game gets shut down, that's bad. But if nobody plays your game, that's also bad. So I believe that anybody that took place in an expo definitely wants their game shown. And a lot of the developers from this expo actually commented on my video and on my Twitter and stuff and said that they were like happy that I covered it. So that's what we're going to be doing. Yeah, Joel said it right there. Hey, I've been watching since Kindred Fates. Excited to see what you think of this. Inspired me to make fan games again. Hey, that's awesome. What's up, Giga Alien? All right, let's get right into this. This is an hour long, so we're gonna go through it. I'm gonna pause it if necessary to talk, but this is just gonna be basically like if there was a Nintendo Direct, and I was just kind of chilling with you guys, reacting to it, all that fun stuff. Love your content. Thank you so much, Fantastic Foil. Let's do this. And let me know if this is too loud when it starts actually playing sound. It does seem kind of loud, so let me know if it's too much. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Perhaps something to do with weather G. Do you have Mocho? Yeah, I do. I still can't get over the grotto there, hidden amongst the trees. Something about the fog inside seems to make time itself swirl and boil. I'd love to see inside further, but something just keeps pushing me away. Maybe you can have a look at it. Look, I found an arrow path. The mists of time seem to be swirling. Oh, this is like Narnia? I have the Mocho saddle, Gleam. I already have it. Oh, they're showing off a new evolution for their fan game. Narnia. I just got here after almost unlocking the Royal and Serum Ultimate. Nice. Enigmion. Oh, is that like the ghost type? Oh, okay. So that lizard thing, I think, might have been inspired by the Loxton fan theory that they could come out with a lizard Pokemon that would get the rest of the types.
Hello everyone, My name is Lex Diablo, and I'm honored to be a co-host for the first ever Eevee Expo. Today, we'll be giving you a look at exclusive trailers, behind-the-scenes showcases, and insightful interviews from the Pokemon fangame and ROM hacking communities. I'll be hosting this expo alongside fellow fangame developer Cade.
Very quiet. I turned it up. Let me know if it's still too quiet.
What you just saw was a trailer for the upcoming fan game Swirling
I turned it way up.
based on YouTuber Loxton and Noggin's Cascade video series.
His audio is quiet. Yeah, I have it all the way up. Let me see if I can fix this. I don't know why it's so low. Let me go to the volume settings. Okay, let's see. Google Chrome. Google Chrome's like the one that's all the way up too. I think it was that one guy in the video, probably.
We hope you look forward to a journey through the Cascade region.
We know if this
with
is
exciting
okay.
challenges and intriguing mysteries. That said, let's move on to our first batch of headlines in today's expo.
Yeah, see, this seems like an okay volume. Explored the D's region. Yeah, it's this game. Meet needed adversaries. Don't question it, kiddo. I can neither walk nor use Nickelodeon.com without parental permission, yet my pocket... What? Yet my pocket monsters... What? I saw little parts of this. It's that brown Pokemon game. Discover new regional forms. DZ and Eevee. This is jokes. They even have the music from Nintendo Directs.
I've always been one of the biggest nerds when it comes to Pokemon. Ever since I got a copy of Pokemon Yellow back on a Game Boy, I've always enjoyed trying to be #1 and raising the best of these Pokemon that I could muster and trying to come up with new favorites each time I start a new generation. At one point, it just got to the point where I wanted to start working on some adventures of my own and make a game out of it. For me, my role in game development is normally just coming up with art assets and trying to improve my craft in any way that I can, whether it be through sprites, 3D models, or anything of that sort. If you ask me, the biggest struggle that I've had is not having enough time to work on the things that I love doing, such as working on
Go play Doodle World or D&D, Dungeons and Dragons.
The product. We know
no, we're gonna be watching this expo. That's the point of the stream.
In order to finish, but it's something that I can be proud of in the very end.
If you're gonna be annoying, Jackson, I'll just mute you. Actually socialize. Why don't you actually listen to the video, and we can react to it accordingly. How's that sound, buddy? Pokemon playing Pokemon. There was a sludge star drifting. One day, excess sludge dripped down from the star. One by one, the mini sludge starts landing on the planet. What is this? After the stars landed, powerful creatures hatched from each star contained a powerful creature made of sludge. The planet's inhabitants call the legendary Sludgemon. Oh my god. This is giving me a headache. I was talking to that... I know I was talking to the first guy. Oh. I thought you were talking to me. I was like, why is he being so mean? Dodge bullets until it's your turn to attack. By the way, this stuttering, this is not my stream. This is actually the game. It does look like there's a lot of stutters. The origin of Grimer. I didn't have to take drugs to trip out. This looks stressful, yeah. Party members aren't only helpful for battling. Yeah, it's very like it's skipping a lot. Like that's the video. So it might have performance issues. Oh damn, you're streaming. Yes, sir. It's Drugimon too.
How do you feel knowing the destiny of this world? Could you resist acting on it?
You know it's a fan game because she has boobs.
How do you know you're changing the future for the better?
Brand new adventure in a unique setting. Ooh, this looks good. Rian Chikorita. Ooh, look at that Totodile though. Yo! I like it. I'd love to see what Cynical evolves into. What game is this? Yo, I gotta write some of these down, bro. Let me get my notepad out here. I'm gonna write down the games of interest. I don't remember what the first game was called. The brown one seems funny too. And whatever this is. I think it's called Pokemon Ryan. Oh, okay. I hate Carpador. I like that it's a black and white ROM hack. I think it's a ROM hack. Either that or it's RPG Maker. Oh, it's RPG Maker. I think it's RPG Maker just based on like the custom settings. Secrets of the Ages.
I'll be seeing you very soon.
Is that what it's called? I guess it's called Secrets of the Ages.
What do you think? We've taken a look at a lot of trailers, so hopefully something's caught your eye so far.
He sounds
Some
like...
of these games are available for download in the description, and games without downloads will have
He sounds like,
media or information.
he's trying to be the devs
Before
of
we take a
Pokemon.
look at some more fan games, we'd like to take a second to talk about some of the events that happened within the community. Many popular fan games originate from the Relic Castle game jams, and similar events, such as the Pog Jam, have sprung up as well. Recently, the second Pog Jam took place. It's a week-long game jam geared towards helping people learn about
Character
how to
creation.
develop
Yeah, I think it's a
game.
RPG Maker game, that other one.
An astounding 19 games were released, and the event
Cut
was
the
a
man some
very
slack.
large
It's the first time. No,
success.
I know. It's
On
just
screen now are some clips
you know
from
how-
various games that were submitted to this jam.
Pokemon
We'd
the
like to
Apocalypse.
congratulate all of the participants for being able to make
What's
a
up with the
fan game in
dogs?
just 1 week. An incredible feat, to be sure.
We had an opportunity to speak with Thundaga, the main coordinator of the Pog Jam and the creator of many Pokemon Essentials.
Ed, have you ever heard of a
which
game called
developed many fan game
SWTOR? It's a pretty cool game. It's an
Here's what he had
MMORPG,
to
but not a
say.
quick. No, I've never heard of it.
Hello everyone, I'm here today with Thundaga, the developer of many fan games such as Pokemon Splice, Pokemon Bushido, and both installments of the Go-Go Golisopod series. How are you doing today, Thundaga?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm having a nice chill day. I'm working on my Pog Jam game, Pokemon Doodle, and yeah, I'm just grinding, but otherwise, yeah, it's been pretty chill. I hope you're doing well as well.
Oh, he has the same
Pretty
pop
good, thank you
filter
for
as me.
asking. Alright,
It's a terrible
let's start
pop
with these
filter.
questions.
Mine broke.
First of all, how
I had
did
to
you
tape
find
it.
out about fan games and what kind of got you into making them?
Ooh, okay. So, I was streaming some Pokemon stuff like in college, maybe back in like 2014.
It's a free
and I
game
was
in
playing
Steam, Star
Pokemon
Wars.
Emerald,
I don't
and
know
somebody
if you like it, but it's cool.
mentioned,
I,
like,
you
"Oh,
know what?
have you heard
I
of Pokemon
never even
ROM
watched Star
hacks?"
Wars. I probably should.
So I played Pokemon Quartz and Pokemon Snakewood, which both are like pretty old ROM hacks by now, but they had some questionable stuff in them. But I thought it was pretty fun that somebody could go in and like make a fan game or make a ROM hack. And then around that time, Pokemon Uranium started blowing up, and I think it also like got the attention of Nintendo and
Yeah.
so there was Uranium, and then there was another one called Pokemon Fusion Generation that I played, and I played
never seen
Pokemon
Star Wars?
Fusion
Like, no, yeah,
Generation
none of it.
reference into the very first Pokemon fan game I ever worked on, which was Pokemon Noir, funny enough. But around that time, I was like, whoa, you can make games, you can make them standalone, and I thought that was really interesting. So I looked up online to see if it was possible. I was like, oh, how do I make a Pokemon game? And then I started watching a couple Atomic Reactor tutorials, and from there I started messing around with Pokemon Essentials, and I was just learning a little bit at a time, and I thought it was super fun. And
oh, he has
yeah,
the
that
same
was
headphones
kinda
as me too.
what got me into it, at least at the start.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can kind of relate to that, finding out about fan games and just being interested.
Ed never shoots for the stars.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
he'll
It's
be
like
at
a
war.
gateway drug. You play one, and then you're like, oh, well, I want to play another. Oh, what's this? And
Yeah, exactly.
then before you know it, you're diving down the rabbit hole.
What kind of inspired you to
Vega.
kind of create those community
Interesting.
events like the Pog Jam?
So I think my biggest inspiration
He
is
is.
honestly some of the Relic Castle game jams.
He is
but
you.
It's the Relic Castle game jams mixed with the fact that I have a short attention span. So I kind of wanted to create I want to have a game jam series where it's kind of shorter and a little bit like lower stakes, and it's just like making something fun. Like at the end of the day, I just wanted to like encourage people to create some things, and it's really easy.
Is this
for
actually
ideas
just
to
you? No, our voices
bloat
sound
and
very
grow
different.
in size sometimes to the point where people never actually release anything.
Oh,
So having something with an extremely
Facebook
short window kind of
messages.
forces people
just
to
mute
reduce the
that.
scope, so people will still like release something, and I feel like that's like the key to learning. So reducing those cycles to like extremely small sizes and being like, make something in a week, or the first one, make something in 3 hours. And I'd like to do more of that, kind of just like force people, because that's like the biggest barrier to learning stuff. There's a lot of people who kind of like have a massive idea for like a huge world, and they're going to make 20,000 Pokemon in their game, and then they never release anything ever. But it'd be so much, you'd learn a lot more, I think, from just like, you know, making a game with like 3 routes and sharing it with a friend and getting their feedback and stuff. So that's kind of like at the heart of the Pog Jam.
Yeah, I mean, I've been like going through the Pog Jam server and seeing people kind of experience the different stages of development has been really interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's been like a neat learning experience for everybody involved.
Yeah, for a lot of people, it might be one of the first things that they ever like
Don't F with
release
this guy, he
to
has
the
an iron
public.
sword.
And
Yeah, I saw that in
I
the
feel
back.
like that they're learning.
He's also
so
got a
much.
teddy bear
like
with a black
somebody
belt.
last night in the Twitch stream, they swung by and they're like, "Yeah, like I've already
no,
learned a ton."
that's not,
And I'm
I don't
like,
look
"Yep,
anything
that's
like
the goal.
this guy.
That's the job. That's the Pog Jam, baby.
And just to kind
Face
of
reveals at
wrap things up, is
100K,
there anything
boys.
else you want to say to the people watching?
That's why you guys got to
Yeah,
share my videos.
so
Get me to 100K.
I
we'll
would
do
like to
face reveal,
say,
it's fine.
keep on making things. Pokemon fan games and game development in general is a really good creative outlet, and it's helped me a lot personally. And I would strongly recommend that you share your creations and get feedback, because that's the key to learning. Yeah, just keep on making things, keep on learning. I've been doing this for over 6 years, and I'm still learning stuff every day, and I need to relearn stuff all the time, but it's a lot of fun. I
Trust
think
me,
learning
guys.
is
You
one
want
of
to
the
see
most
its
fun
face.
things,
Stop
so
this.
Share stuff.
My Steam
create
Deck's
stuff,
on the
learn
way.
stuff,
Oh, that's
just
awesome. I
keep
downloaded
that
a bunch
cycle
of
going.
emulators and ROMs
I'm
on my
definitely doing
Steam
that.
Deck.
All right.
I'm
well,
playing the Wind
thank
Waker
you
right
for your
now.
time, and thank you for coming on.
Best
to the
Zelda
event.
game. I don't
I
care what
can see
anybody
you.
says.
Hey, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks to Thundaga for an insightful interview. Learning about the mindset behind these events and tutorials has been very educational.
Speaking of community events, the Relic Castle Game Jam number 8 is taking place.
We will
In this
pay you.
jam, you're welcome to make
Steam Deck
any
worth it? I
kind of
haven't
game you
used it
like,
enough to
Pokemon-based or not.
say whether or not it is.
The optional theme this time around is simple, so we look forward to seeing your simple yet charming
Unsubbed.
projects.
Okay, bye.
This event lasts until August 10th, so start working on your entries while you can. Now, let's take a look at some more exclusive fan game trailers and reveals.
Ninja Boy. Cold Nature Detective. Is this Pokemon Phoenix Wright version? Well, he's not a detective, he's a lawyer, but you guys get what I'm getting at. And an even colder Metropolitan. I always have trouble pronouncing that stupid word. Metropolitan. Metropolis. Whatever. Sniff out the clues. I won't release it unless I get on 10K, Barry says. Pokemon 1950s. Ooh, it's a murder mystery. game looks kind of dope. Pokemon Michael Myers. Pokemon Cyber Sleuth. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Danger Noodle. Well, I think a big thing pushing fan games forward too is because older fans don't really get anything from the Pokemon franchise. Like, they don't want to give us anything. Like, Coliseum was probably the most mature Pokemon game we ever got. Like, in terms of something that's akin to the main line. Like, I think Pokemon is missing a massive potential by appealing to older fans. Ashen Frost? That's what it's called? The first fan game I can't... Oh, the first ROM hack I ever played was, I think Pokemon Naranja. But, like, I played a version that wasn't complete. I don't even know if that ROM hack ever got completed. Because, like, every version I download would be like, oh, you've reached the end. Pokemon Skyflare? Looking pretty cool. Hearing one dev mention Pokemon Uranium, wonder how impactful that fan game was. Yeah, it had a lot of implications, I think. Pokemon actually decided it was enough of a threat to take down. Is it made in Essentials? Yeah, I think most of these games are. Coliseum is honestly less of a Pokemon game, more of a straight JRPG. The limited number of Pokemon and considering you can miss some makes it like a traditional J. Well, actually, while you can miss some, Joel, you can actually recapture them at any point. So, yes, you can miss them, but if you go to the Under Coliseum, characters will show up with the Shadow Pokemon that you missed. Pokemon Coliseum was developed by a lot of people from the Dragon Quest team, actually. Yeah, Joel, if you miss them, you can go catch them again. But yeah, but I think that's what we need, like a good Pokemon RPG like that, like with a good story. I don't like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's open world, like that's cool. I don't really care about open world. I care more if the game has a lot of content.
Every game is a pathway to fate, but every choice you make shapes the destiny you'll face in it.
Very off topic. Was wondering if you ever think we'll get into... I hope so. Pumgo. Pokemon Fated Destiny.
Join us for a tale that spans 2 generations of heroes in the all-new region Terfati. Experience the origins of the new generation Shadow Pokemon in the prologue as Agent Ash,
nice.
A Pokemon journey that focuses on narrative strength to set the groundwork for future installments. Team up with Professor Cypress and your team of long-term Pokemon family, all who actively participate in your mission. Access the Mega Evolution system to give yourself the edge you need to defeat those who stand in your way.
Oh, they got Megas? I hope they have fan-made Megas. That'd be dope. I'm planning on... I haven't gone about it yet.
Xenogear to replicate TMs, Pokemon moves, and grant Azure power.
I want to start like having a separate news segment for like specifically for like fan games. Like, so I have my regular Monster Tamer news on like Sunday or whatever, like depending on my work schedule, and then I could have like a separate news segment for like Pokemon fan games.
Misuse of Pokemon.
Maybe I haven't decided if I'd put other types of fan games in there, because like
in this journey.
I would usually cover a lot of like the Digimon fan games just in regular Monster Tamer news. Same Ed. Open world is unimportant to me.
When that
Often
decision is
scale.
made,
Okay,
you'll be
yeah,
the
I
inspiration for
agree.
the next
3
generation
Vault.
in the main game, Pokemon Fated Destiny, starring Zadorn and Zaya.
I haven't tuned in for a while. Is Temtem over? Temtem hasn't come out yet. It comes out on the 6th. I still can't get over the. They have a Pokemon exit. Oh my God! They're even taking this. Pokemon does this before every game to be like, hey, look, you really enjoyed Pokemon back in the day. What's this? It's hard to distinguish some of these games. Like, to me, this looks like Xenoverse, but I know it's not. I'm not a fan of the starters in this one. Is that girl dressed like Eevee? Oh, maybe. I don't know. They even have the nostalgia reel seal. See? All this needs is them reading in Japanese and then dubbed over in English. Well, at the beginning, the one guy sounded like he was trying to be like the English dubbers. Like, we have a new... Oh. What's happening here? Okay. A new evil awaits. Nos Sector. Those are pretty cool looking bad guys. I'll keep an eye on this one too.
There's a lot to look forward to from the fan game community. Making a non-profit project like this is serious work, and there's a lot of technical and creative skill behind the scenes on each one of these fan games.
In this segment, we'll be showing off engines and resources that can help you make your own games, or at least understand what exactly goes into making a Pokemon fan game.
Of course, the most popular engine is the Pokemon Essential Starter Kit for RPG Maker XP. This kit, developed by Maruno, is perfect for beginner developers who want to bring their creative visions to life. With a lot of included features and modular resources, Pokemon Essentials makes it super easy to implement your ideas and stories into a real video game.
Yeah, I almost regret
Recently,
starting by
Pokemon
hacking
Essentials
ROMs
received its
instead of
version
just using
7.1 update.
Essentials.
This update introduced all existing Pokemon up to Generation 8, improved map rendering on certain devices, reworked and simplified a lot of the behind-the-scenes work, and brought a ton of quality of life changes to Essentials.
The other side of fan game development is ROM hacking, and big improvements have been recently made in hacking Pokemon Black and White. Our very own Sasquatch sat down with Platinum Master from the
Gen
ROM
3 ROM
community
hacking's the
to
best.
discuss some of the recent progress.
Because it's the only one I know how to do.
Hey there, folks. Let's continue this tech segment with a very peculiar interviewee from the ROM hacking community. So our next interviewee is very special. His name is Platinum Master, and he's a pioneer of the Gen 5 ROM hacking scene, and he's here to talk to us about the recent advances.
Is the learning
about ROM
code to do
hacking,
it? Oh, that's not a
DS
big deal. You have
as
to learn
well as
code to
some
hack with
insight
ROM hacks anyway.
in, how
You have to learn
research and
XSE
development
scripts
occurs
for
within
Gen
the
3
scene.
anyway.
Hi, pleasure to have me.
Oh yeah, I need you to introduce yourself first.
Hi, I'm Platinum Master. I'm a Gen 5 researcher. I researched the entirety of the game engine in Generation 5, along with some other people. And what we're aiming to do is make Generation 5
Yeah, Gen 5 was
easily
nice.
modifiable and accessible to anybody who chooses to modify Gen 5. So, yeah.
That's really awesome, man.
What does it mean
That's
to
really
hack
awesome,
Gen 4
man.
and Gen 5 games when you're using RPG Maker?
So that's a good question. So essentially, what it means to modify these games is you have the original atmosphere of the game that's pretty much already there. And if you want to constrain yourself to those limits of trying to express yourself in that atmosphere, modifying those games makes it a lot easier. And additionally, you don't have to recode the entire game from scratch just to try and emulate that atmosphere or do something similar. So I think that's one of the biggest things that the game hacking community would be able to do that something like a RPG Maker version of the game wouldn't be able to.
I think a lot of people have the misconception that ROM hacking is inaccessible, but during the last few years, plenty of advancements have been made with ROM hacking tools. How easy is it now to hack Gens 4 and 5?
That's also a very good question. I would say that it's a lot easier to hack the games than it was like maybe a couple years ago, to the point where it's possibly very easy to even do things like, you know, let's say you want to rebalance the entire trainer roster in the game, or you want to change the wild encounters on like Route 47 or something, or let's say you want to make it so that Alder has level 100 Pokemon. Stuff like that, I would say, is relatively trivial nowadays, and
well, yeah, it's
because of that, it's a little bit easier to modify the game.
In Gen 3, that stuff, like,
obviously,
I think
that's just talking about certain aspects.
I think
There's
Gen
some
3
other
is the
aspects
best
of
spot
game
to
which
start
are
if you're new to
still
ROM
harder
hacking.
to modify, which
Because
I'll
they have programs
possibly
that do
cover
that
in a little
that
bit.
medial stuff.
How does research and development occur in the ROM hacking scene? Who and what makes it all possible?
So, in the way we think about it is that research is essentially someone trying to figure something out. Let's say I really want to know how to change the songs in the game. I kind of just sit there and I'm like, okay, how do
That
the
should be your
songs work in
channel
the game?
slogan.
And then I put effort and time into going through, trying to figure out how to get the songs, you know, how to understand how these songs work, how the structure of the songs are, and then I try to put my own songs in with that structure. And eventually we get to a point where you're able to have the song that you entered in the game.
Yeah, if anybody's thinking about ROM
that's
hacking, I
generally
personally
how
think Gen
some
3 is a good
research
place
would
to
work.
start. Because for everything
and
other than
anybody can
events, you
theoretically
basically
do
have
research, 'cause it's
programs for it.
essentially just a bunch of people
And you
who
should
really
learn
wanna
how
do
to like you
something,
can also learn ASM.
banding
There's a lot of
together
resources
to
for
try and
that.
figure out how that something
And
works,
like
and
delving
then
into like the hex and repointing
implementing
and
it.
stuff is
Could
it
you
seems
show us something
confusing at
trivial
first,
you
but
can
it's
do with
not.
Gens 4 and 5 ROM hacking? What about something more advanced?
That's a good question. So what I would say to that is essentially there's this one aspect which is modifying the game's code. And this is separate from modifying the game's events because those are usually stored in scripts. But let's say you want to modify the lower level aspects of the game, like you want to modify like connecting to Wi-Fi or something crazy. To do something like that, you would need to research the game, and you'd most likely need to write this thing called an assembly routine,
Yeah,
or
ASM.
essentially some code which compiles into assembly that modifies that aspect.
That's
of
how I
the
added
game,
abilities
and
to
that's going into
my Pulsar game that
heavy
I was working on
programming,
back in the
which-
day.
Well, maybe not heavy, but it goes into the idea
I don't know
of
much about
programming
ASM. Like
little
there was a
bit,
lot of
and
resources
some
for
people
it
may
though.
not understand it as easily as like, let's say somebody who can use like DS Pokemon ROM editor to change like trainers and something like that. So it requires a bit of a different skill set than the other.
Oh,
aspects
Pokemon
of hacking the
Essentials,
game.
Infamous.
So that would definitely be something that's more advanced.
What is your personal favorite aspect of hacking the DS games?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would have to say that my most favorite thing to do is modifying the file system, because if I wanted to change graphics, it's usually something I can just easily do within like 5 seconds, because I can find the file and there's a name for the file and I can just go in and do it. With the other generations before, like Generation 3, 2, and 1, they didn't exactly use files, so I
Yeah.
kind of had to like...
Yeah, it was
You
annoying.
kind of have to just go in and look for the graphics yourself.
Yeah, it was
by
annoying.
using a hex editor or
Changing
something.
images is the worst
Or
in Gen 3.
if you have the decompilation, you can go ahead and look for the graphics, but they may not be titled accurately because, you know, the original game may have used different names, but the decons do their own thing. And
it got delayed to
Because of that,
2023.
it also allows me to easily
Rashimi.
pull files to test with when I'm modifying the game and doing other research assets. So it makes it a lot easier, and I think that's my favorite part of it.
Thanks to Sauce and Platmaster for a great interview. Looks like Gen 5 ROM hacking has a lot of potential, and I'm especially excited to see the different projects and games made with these resources.
Another important resource in fan game development is having high-quality sprites.
He looks like he's about to
Pokemon
laugh.
Introduced in future generations, and one of the major resources in this respect is the Smogon Sprite project.
The Smogon Sprite project has been providing 2D Pokemon sprites for
He
the fan
does
game
sound like
community
the
for a long
translator. He
time.
does.
And we spoke with some of the members on their team
No
to learn
hate.
more about
He
their
actually
progress
does.
on spriting Pokemon from Sword and Shield.
Hi, I'm Antient, and some people call me Auntie or Ant.
Hey, I'm Gez, also known as Grand Emperor of Zeleron, and I'm the project leader for Smogon Sprite Project, as well as one of the spriters.
To begin with, I think everyone is excited about Generation 9. What's the status and plans for the Gen 9 project?
So Gen 9 is already underway with us having started sprites for the currently revealed Pokemon.
What
such
is
as
the
starters and the legendaries,
Smogon
as
Sprite
well as
project? Is it
the
just to make
Meanwhile
sprites for
the
everything?
Lechonk and Smoliv. And while there isn't anything for Gen 9 there just yet, we will be posting updates as things are ready on our Smogon thread.
We've only mentioned the static sprite work you guys are doing, but you also have some very
Usually when I
talented
play in
people
like Gen 8
animating all
OU,
of
they
those
just use
sprites
3D
by
models. Are
hand,
they gonna
so
start
people
adding
can use
these
them in
instead?
their Gen 5
I'd way
inspired
rather
projects.
that.
How's that going?
So far, animating the sprites themselves has been a little difficult, especially for the Pokemon with over like 100 cosmetic forms. But the process of actually getting everything done overall has been pretty smooth. Recently, it's been going a little bit slow because our animators are busy with other things going on in their lives,
These are high quality.
like their own fan game projects and stuff. Right now, Gen 6 is about a
okay.
little under a quarter done. Gen 7 has almost half, and Gen 8 about a quarter.
At first, when I was introduced to the Smogon Sprite project's work, I thought the team behind it would be huge. And I was really surprised to find out that there's only a few of y'all. How many members are in the team right now, like working, like active? Are you looking for anything specific, recruitment-wise?
Yeah, we have around 15 people working in the project right now. 8 spriters and 7 animators.
I think that's a lot.
Recently, a new batch of spriters have joined us to help us with spriting the new forms and Pokemon introduced in Pokemon Legends Arceus and Generation 9. We are currently looking for animators. We're really booked on spriters since a majority of them are active right now.
So, how's it like
Gotta get my
working
coffee.
for
Hey.
the Smogon Sprite project as an
Do it up,
animator?
Sticks.
Working with the Smogon Sprite project has been pretty fun so far. Everyone chips in, they help out with the animations. Even the spriters chip in a few times. Mostly the spriters, actually. And sometimes the standards are a bit high, and that causes the animations to take a bit longer to take than I usually like. But in the end, they all come out looking pretty well, in my opinion.
Nice, Nova.
So, if everyone can chip in any part of this process, what does that process typically end up looking like? Is it chaotic?
Ha! I have a shiny
A lot of the
Feeble.
time, a person will reserve a Pokemon, then post their first draft on our Discord server. People then chip in with feedback, whether it be about colour, shading, shape, and the artist will come back with revisions. This will happen quite a bit with it bouncing back and forth until we land on something everyone's happy with, where it will then go through QC for those final touch-ups to fix things we never noticed, as well as make everything stylistically consistent. And even then, sometimes we post a sprite and get feedback from the community, either pointing out mistakes or
Ooh,
making
that's bad,
suggestions to how things could be different, which means the sprite will then sometimes go back into QC even after being posted.
So finally, I'd like to ask a little bit about the history behind the SSP. So what was the original goal when starting out the project? Did it always have Pokemon fan games in mind? How widely spread are the sprites used nowadays?
The project was initially started by Lael for Pokemon Showdown, so that it could include sprites for the Pokemon revealed in X and Y, and when people wanted to use the sprites option on the site. But when Paragon became the project leader, he really expanded the project, so it now included.
There's a sprite option on Pokemon. Are you serious? Hold on.
Styles such as 3DS.
Excuse me?
And Switch. Made the project free for use, and that's when our work really started to be used by the wider community, whether it be fan games, fusions, and even cross-stitching.
Big thanks to the Smogon Sprite project team for taking the time to sit down with us.
Are you serious? There's actually a...
Now that you've seen their
Boys.
progress. I know I do.
Anyways, let's finally take a look at some progress on 3D
There's
Peak,
actually an
the
option
new
to use
cloud-based
sprites
3D
instead.
game development engine that many fan games make use of.
Get ready to
That's
enter
dope.
a new dimension.
I just checked it.
Hi, I'm Bonzo Rob, and this is 3Bot.
No, I think you can battle with
Fan
sprites.
game creators might want to use our engine,
Hold on.
3DP,
Okay,
over
hold
our
on, let me
rivals,
try
like
something.
Unix Dexflow, or Poke Engine, or making a ROM hack, or, well, you know. 3DP isn't specifically for Pokemon fan games, and is also what the pros call not ready yet. But fan game creators might be.
Oh, that's my bad. Mute
If I
site.
know one
There we
thing
go.
about the fan game community, it's that we're nerds, and nerds love Lego and Minecraft. So I built the map editor around voxel editing, where it's quick and easy to block out your maps. You can also directly edit polar terrain, which means round, not cold.
Sprites.
Then we can just paint on tiles, or use the
There's
ancient secret
sprites.
technique known as
I set
dragging
it to
a box
sprites.
do it
I don't know why the
quick.
Blissey
But
sprite
terrain
looks like
filters,
that,
so
but
we
I
only
did
get the
it.
rocks. Aha, you say. But what if I don't
Alright,
want
I'll
my coaster
cancel
to
that
look like an
now.
old pool table? Check this out. You can make tile patterns and use that to break up your repeats.
I just checked
Even
it.
makes the map more efficient in game for complicated coding reasons. Yeah, I know auto tile's good. I'll probably add it at some point. Tiles in this engine can be.
I don't even
improved,
remember what my
especially
original
with
Showdown
seasonal
account was
changes,
called. I
finishing
have like
moves,
10 of them.
animations, and even reflections.
I
This
always
will
used the
allow you
models
to
back in
compile
X and
the
Y
seasonal
days.
changes into the map and then change them instantly with event scripting. So you're saying these squarish shapes you're showing me are cool and all, but what if I wish them to bear life? At your very command, so it shall be. Add nav meshes to turn your beautiful mess of polygons into a beautiful mess of polygons that little guys can walk on. Let's make a town. I can drop in these houses and we'll make sure the lights are on, plus some hedges for privacy. We don't
Well, is this
want
like a
to
3D
fixed get
Pokemon
up to it,
editor?
right? If you're feeling a bit intimidated by the idea of making 3D models, don't worry, it's pretty easy. In the future, I'll release some tutorial videos for Blender. I made the pixel art of these houses and plants years ago for a Gen 3 project. Oh god, like 10 years ago. I'm so old, but that means you should listen to my wisdom. Now let's populate the town with sprite entities, which sounds like some kind of beverage ghost. Entities are pretty scripting heavy, but here you can see me forgetting that there's a start animation setting. Let's add a Lillipup that runs around in circles. Yeah, looking good. And then because sprites can emit light too, we can see the beverage ghost up on the tower at night. Ooh, it's definitely not 3Bot. My favourite thing about 3D is how much polish you can add with lighting,
That's
color,
cool.
and camera controls. This is exactly like VR. So, that's all I can squeeze in for now. The plan was to run a multiplayer battle demo in the spring and then a map editor beta test in the summer, but it turns out I need money to live. I'll announce those as soon as they're ready. I've got plenty of plans for the future, but I'm more interested in what you, the game creator, wants to see next. So, why not join our Discord where you can bully me into
Hey, I
adding
didn't
features
even
or
know
just
about
enjoy
this.
watching me break.
Yeah, right?
Thanks for watching, guys. I'll 3 you later.
Well, that's it for our technical section. I'm sure you've all been waiting patiently, so let's take a look at some more trailers from your favorite fan games.
Region tormented by the plague of conflict. There was a Mew under that truck. A journey in search of the truth. Featuring a complete balanced rework of every Pokemon. Ooh, that boy. Dozens of newly crafted Pokemon lines. Yo, that's sick! That Pisces thing was sick. Oh, there's a bot. What's up, bot? And you're banned. These bots have been rampant. One of those trainers had a dead pixel, just saying. I noticed. Yeah, but the sprites look good, though. Pokemon Empire. I'm gonna keep that game in mind. I love the music. Is a non-profit fan game. Pokemon is owned by Game Freak. Nintendo, please support the official release. The Pokemon Mew is proven to be on this island. Because of this, a very rare Pokemon attracts me. Okay. like this is using Gen 3 graphics. Music is loud? Ed got that god eye. That was an idea I had for Pulsar to build a house. It's actually not that hard to do. Make it so you could like pay and then it builds a house for you. Oh, they have some sort of like mastery system. That's cool. What the heck is this? Oh, I'm not talking about essentials. I'm talking about ROM hacking. In ROM hacking, there's a command that can make tiles change. I can't remember exactly how to do it, but I remember doing it for one of my gyms, and it's not that hard. You just lay a warp in an empty spot and then make a door appear in that spot and then build a house around it.
The Expo team was able to talk to two of Pokemon Reborn's lead developers. Here is that interview.
Oh, Pokemon Reborn people.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our interview of Amethyst and Androcast, two of the developers of Pokemon Reborn, which episode 19 just released here in the last, what was it, about a month now, officially?
Yeah, about.
Please, my mother calls me Androcast. Just call me Cass.
Kind of starting out, how do you two feel about the release of E19 so far, just and how it's been going?
This is like the smoothest thing that I've ever seen in my life, and I still kind of can't believe it.
Yeah, it's been a lot cleaner than I expected, and granted, there have still been some issues, but I was expecting all mayhem and hell to break loose, so that's nice.
I need to continue my Pokemon Reborn Let's Play. It's not canceled, it's just on hiatus for a little bit, because Digimon came out, and I'm playing Lumion, but we're going to continue it.
Nightmare of bugs and issues and everything breaking and people showing up and ruining the game for everybody else, but like everything went really well.
And Jello get going wild. Yeah, this is a whole expo.
Like, months testing it out in advance.
We did.
And we spent a lot of time over the years with just people playing it on like the devs. The devs on the dev server would like play with the current build of whatever we had, so there was some testing there.
Oh yeah, I remember when I was like I started a new save.
This guy
during the beta testing, I was like when Prim was watching.
Oh, I think I tagged him on Twitter. That's where I
finally
recognized
ready
him
to
from.
start E19. Look how much time.
You ever beat Monster Hunter Stories 2? I never beat. I never ended up finishing it. That's why I never put out a review.
So kind of going into some of the questions that we had.
I got kind of like it was fun, but I felt like it got kind of repetitive.
Got both of you into making them.
Your mom is on hiatus.
So, fan games weren't really a thing before I decided to start making Reborn. Somebody suggested, hey, we should make a ROM hack of Reborn. The online league, that is. And also, there's this game called Pokemon Raptor. And
I scared Ed in PvP.
And I had never heard of that before.
PvP?
And
we
then
never
I found
fought
out
in PvP.
that Raptor uses RMXP, and I happened to have
In
a bunch
Monster
of
Hunter
experience
Stories?
with RMXP from when I was a teenager. So I'm like, okay, so this is what I'm doing now.
Only in Kindred.
And that was it. It was just a community project that I kind of stole the thunder on and ran with.
Yeah, I just kind of play video games, and I feel like a lot of people as they play video games sometimes they're like, man, I wonder if I could make a video game. And so for a while I was just kind of a person who had that thought.
We'll have to battle in
And
Pokemon
then I
Showdown,
played
Barry.
Reborn,
I'll
and I
show
was
you
like,
who's
oh,
boss.
Hey, this game's really neat. And
Battle me in Gen 6.
I didn't play it again for like 2 years. And then I was like, oh yeah, I played that one Pokemon game a while ago. I wonder if it's further now. And it was further now, and so I played it, and I was like,
Speedy
this game's
Snorlax.
really neat. And so I
We'll see. We'll
I said
see
hi
how
to
fast your
Ade.
Snorlax
I
is.
was like, hey, do you want like help?
Yeah.
And that was how I got started.
So I know we kind of touched over this earlier, but you mentioned that the game, like the development of the game, was started because you wanted to kind of put the story of the league into a game format. How did you first feel whenever it started kind of garnering attention compared to now?
So
I'm kind of curious
I
what its
remember
max speed is
distinctly. I
if
couldn't tell
you
you
build
when,
its
but
speed.
I do remember distinctly. I woke up one day, and like 5 people excitedly DM'd me saying, "Yo, Shofu started playing your game," and my response to that was, "Who?"
Shofu got the.
But that was definitely like the
got
big
the backhand.
first thing that really got it going on.
Oh, Snorlax
momentum.
is slow
And,
even with
like,
max speed. I mean, I figured, but he only gets up to
Okay.
174.
Cool. I didn't really have a whole lot of strong
It's only
feelings
base
about it at
30,
the time,
so-
partly because I didn't know who he was.
You might be able to outrun some
but, like, in
other like
retrospect,
base
I see how that
40s, maybe base 50s that run
a
zero
huge
speed.
leap forward from stuff.
Right.
What's base
so
50
I
with
can't say I
zero
really had
speed,
strong
Barry?
feelings at the time. I was just kind of doing my own thing. At this point, I'm just very grateful that it's been able to get to this point for so many reasons. Just people being patient with it taking so long, people directly supporting us since I started doing this full time, the community sticking around for everything, people liking enough to share in the first place. And I'd say that's really one of the biggest things for me, just because I hate advertising. So if people
Pulls out Riot
like the game
Shield.
enough that they want to tell their friends about it, that's what I'm counting on.
Pokemon Dash 2
So
confirmed.
just a lot of gratitude all around, really.
Yeah, I know I've definitely kind of told people who haven't really already been invested in fan games about it, like, hey, if you want something that's going to be a bit more of a challenge, but like just really in depth, I'd really recommend this game.
Hell yeah.
And I've definitely gotten more than one person kind of like into playing it, which like I'm
Thank
glad I
you.
could help kind of spread that around, because it's just genuinely like you all put in such an amazing amount of work, and it's really just kind of mind blowing.
I appreciate that.
Well, I will say, it looks like we're running a little bit long, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to call it there.
Yeah.
But I really do appreciate you two taking the time to kind of chat with us a bit and kind of give some input and thoughts about everything. Seriously, again, congrats.
Thank you.
Thanks. And yeah, no problem. Let me just before we go.
Uh-oh. Alright. Hi, baby.
Say hi. Hey.
She doesn't want to say hi.
Baby.
There she is.
There we go.
I thought it was a human.
No, I'm going to make sure that stays in.
Good. Thank you. For the bird of babies everywhere. That sounds weird, actually. Never mind.
But yeah, thank you again, seriously.
They should make a movie about Ed.
Thanks to Ame and Cass for a wonderful interview. Now, let's get back to those trailers.
It'd be a movie about being
Conquer
sus.
the depths of Makia in Project Chasm.
Project Chasm.
Welcome to Makia, a diverse, mountainous region interlaced by caves and tunnels.
I already like it.
Here, you will race your rival brother Zane to beat the Makian Gym Challenge and win the championship. But not all is right in Makia. Avatars of ancient Pokemon have emerged, their primal strength threatening a crisis. You must destroy these avatars in 2-versus-1 battles, while enduring, powerful.
Why are these games
primeval
being
moves.
advertised just because Nintendo
Uncover
reason to
the
shut them
mystery
down?
of Makia's
Well,
past
if they're not
alongside a
being
cast of
advertised, then how is
NPCs
anybody going to
with
play them? How's it
region-spanning
any
quest
different from them getting shut down if nobody plays them? Right? It's
Powerful
a
tools
catch-22.
will aid you in your mission. The EXP Easy
The developers
dispenser
want
converts surplus experience
people
into
to play their
candies.
game.
The aid kit
And they're
heals
aware
your
of the
team
risk.
while adventuring.
So to
The world's
not
most
cover any of
powerful
them
Pokédex tells you everything
would
you
do the
need to know about
developers
the
a
game's
disservice
900
too.
plus available species, including regional forms.
What are your thoughts on the current state of development for many of the monster taming indie games? Feel like
Win
we're
with your favorites.
Moving
Project
past the
Chasm
initial
features
huge
reworks to
surge in
hundreds of
Kickstarters.
species, with over
Yes, but we
200
still have a
new
lot of
moves
games coming out in
and over
general.
130 new abilities.
I just think that
The type
more
chart and
we need
status
to get
effects
more
have
like
been reworked
updates
to
from
create
some of the games
deeper
that have
gameplay
been
with
kickstarted.
Tons of viable strategies.
I am working on a new video series that I already told Barry about it, but basically
Customize your Pokemon with new battle systems.
Sorry, I don't want to talk over this too much.
Style values allow you to directly modify your
I'll explain
Pokemon's
it in a
stats,
minute.
grind free. Move mentoring allows your Pokemon to teach their moves to one another. Experiment to create the ultimate battling team. Currently, Project Chasm is playable up to the 7th gym,
Oh,
with the
damn.
main game expecting completion this December. Join our Discord server to download our launcher, play Project Chasm, and to get news about our rapid updates.
Tantella region. Complete with a brand new art. And a fully custom soundtrack. Prepare for a wild adventure. After this, look up Star Wars Old Republic cinematic trailer. Maybe. I don't know. I've never really been that interested in it. Developed by Pokemon Celestial. I haven't played any of these. These are all like newer fan games. Well, except Reborn. I'm liking that Bulbasaur. Including more new Fakemon areas and missions. Yo, Squirtle's on a Nimbus cloud? It's Zamna. Dang, son.
There we have it. I hope you all found that last round of trailers interesting, because I sure did.
We'd like to thank you all for joining us. We hope that by creating the Eevee Expo, we're able to spread the word and bring light to all of these fantastic fan games in development.
Absolutely. We hope you all enjoyed the trailers and information today. We also hope to continue doing more Eevee Expos in the future, so if you are interested in participating, please get in contact with us on our linked social media. Additionally, if you have any feedback on how we can improve the Eevee Expo going forward, feel free to leave a comment letting us know what we can change.
But without further delay, let's get into our final trailer. Please take a look.
What was that last game we just saw called? Was that Pokemon Celestial? Was that the game before it? I'll look back into it after. Do you ever feel concerned covering news on monster taming titles? No, why would I? What do you mean by concerned? Like that they're gonna get struck or something? Because they're not. There's no way. I mean, Pokemon fan games, yeah, but monster taming games, no. Oh, Pokemon Infinity, okay. I'm writing them down. I'm writing them down. I like this game's art style so far. Rubbish. I don't like how the sprites are not animated though. It looks a little bit weird because usually when you see it in this kind of graphics, they are animated, so it looks a little jarring. Are you going to be playing all these games? Well, I hope eventually, but doing an entire Let's Play for all of them? Probably not. It's probably too many for one person. I want to cover I want to cover them like if they have news and stuff, though. They are really nice sprites, I agree. You look like a hobo? How would they even know what I look like? How did they know I'm a hobo? Oh, while we're at it, we might as well watch some Zeltic, boys. What was this game called? Pokemon Elysium. And that's the end. It just kind of abruptly ends there. So, yeah, I don't know. It was a pretty cool expo overall. Someone was what was I trying to explain before, but I didn't want to talk about it. Oh, Kickstarter. So some people are asking, or I think it was Nova. Someone was asking about, what's up, Marlon? Someone was asking about Kickstarter games in the monster taming genre, and I mentioned I have a new segment planned for my channel that's gonna basically go in order of the games I backed and do a sort of like a where are we now type scenario. So the first game I backed is Kindred Fate, so you can expect that one to be the first one, and then Cirillum, and then Costume Kingdom, but that actually failed. Anyway, and so on and so forth. So the goal of that type of video is to see like, okay, is to kind of give backstory to like the context of the game, what the game is, what the game's supposed to be, and where the game's at now. So this will do two things. Number one, it'll show that while some games maybe aren't really delivering, other games have. So it'll show that not every Kickstarter project is necessarily not going to deliver or be delayed or whatever, but it'll also keep developers more accountable. Because I have noticed, and some of these are games that actually I haven't even covered before, they'll get funded on Kickstarter and then go silent for like months. And I don't think that's acceptable when you've taken people's money. It's one thing if you're developing a game and you haven't taken any funds and you want to take a huge break, that's fine. But when you've taken Kickstarter money, like, that's your job now. Like, you have to get stuff done with the game, or at least keep people updated on what's going on. So it'll do two things. It'll keep developers responsible, and it'll keep the community informed as to what's going on with regards to monster taming games. We're already seeing that more games are coming in 2023 than initially. So it's not like the genre is like just waiting for these Kickstarter games specifically. But I do think that's something that's more important because people need to sort of understand the context behind Kickstarters. Pokemon Multimedia Catch Humans. I backed the Monmaker Kickstarter. Yeah, I backed that one too. But yeah, the videos are going to be presented very neutral. I'm not going to give opinions. I'm just going to say like, this is the campaign. This is the game. This is the campaign. This is what they're promising. This is what the timeline is. This is where we are compared to the timeline. This is, if something was delayed, here it is. And then sort of let people come to their own conclusions about what they think about that. Ed uses dirty water. Will you try to get in contact with the devs to see their current thoughts and response when doing a video on their recap on their development? I mean, it's more so, again, like if I get statements from the developers or like interview them or something, that's not going to be as much of a neutral ground, because my point is to just be 100% neutral. Like I'm really friendly with some of the devs because they're just nice. But I don't want to let that get in the way. So like, it's not necessarily just about like calling anybody out or sucking anyone off. It's more just like, this is this game, this is where it's at, and this is what's up. There's not going to be any like maliciousness or any sort of like backhanded anything. Like, it's just literally just going to be factual video. So with regards to like contacting the devs and stuff, I don't know if that's a good idea, because if I say I'm working on this video that's going to talk about your Kickstarter, then suddenly they might decide, oh, well, I haven't been active for 6 months. Now I'm going to be active because Ed's making a video, right? So like it gets to a situation where that actually makes it less neutral. If that makes sense. I'm actually about to watch some other videos after this. I've been watching a lot of Zelda videos lately. So that's my plan, because I ever since the like Untamed went on that like hiatus, and like there have been other games in the genre that I haven't, because my goal isn't to like make exposed videos about anybody, but like there are some games in the genre that I've backed that I personally don't think are holding up what they they're doing what they should be doing, but I don't want that to bleed into my content. That's why I'm just doing a blanket every game that had a Kickstarter, because I don't want to turn into like one of those guys that's just like, oh, every Kickstarter game's a scam, guys. Just trust me, man. I'm so right about everything. Like, I don't want to turn into one of those YouTubers. So that's why I think I'm going to do something like that. I think that'd be more fair, more equitable, if that's a word, for everybody, and just like keep it real. If that makes sense. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. We're going to get to 1 million subs by tomorrow, guys. It's fine. you ever see those YouTube channels that like have like the most ridiculous goals? They're like, guys, trust me. We're trying to get to like 10 billion subs by the end of the year. That's partially what I meant when referring to being concerned over covering indie monster taming, since game development is super... Oh, yeah. So some games have given me a little bit of concern, but like, I'm not telling people to go buy these games or like pay for... Like when I present to Kickstarter, I always present it as if like, these are my opinions. If you want to invest, that's up to you. Like if you're investing in a Kickstarter, you're over 18, you have a credit card. So I'm not saying, oh, you have to invest in this Kickstarter game, because I don't know what the future holds, right? When I cover something, I'm just showcasing it. I'm giving you guys the information. It's not necessarily a promotion. Sure, the devs like it because they're getting attention on their game, but and I'll even say like, I want this one to get funded. I think it looks cool, but I'll never say like, you have to fund this game type thing. But I'm definitely going to be more skeptical about Kickstarters moving forward, and especially now that I have more experience. And starting to like look at what overpromising looks like, because I do feel like many games in the genre and the Kickstarter department have overpromised. And there's some, like, even just thinking about it, because I have a little bit of game dev experience, just thinking about like some of the systems some of these games want to implement with the budgets that they have and the amount of complexity required, just to me is a red flag. But I like to let myself get a little too hyped sometimes, so that's something I'm working on too. If Ed gets to 1 million subs by tomorrow, I'll eat a ghost pepper without any milk. The benefit of the doubt with reasonable limits. Exactly. I don't like these YouTubers that automatically just call everything a scam unless it's like completely obvious. So yeah, I like how you worded that. Who worded that? Where was that? Kyogre. I like how you worded that. The benefit of the doubt with reasonable limits. Exactly. Is that because you don't have a dad or you never came home with it? Oh my God. I feel like overpromising sometimes is also an unfortunate reality of game development. Some indie devs are just super ambitious. No, and that's true. So like that's a big thing that people don't understand sometimes. So there's two sides to this. So number one, game devs oftentimes overpromise, not because people just assume it's a scam, but sometimes it's just a game devs just don't know what they're capable of, right? And so there's two sides to this. So there's number one, the intentions of the game devs, right? But then number two, there's also the effect it has on the investment team, right? Because regardless of what your intention was, the effect is the same. If the game doesn't come out, the game doesn't come out. So all the people that invested in your game, they're SOL regardless of your intention. So developers need to understand that even if they have good intentions, they still have a responsibility to make it work. And if not, come to some sort of compromise. And people need to realize that not everybody who not everybody who fails is necessarily scamming. So I think there's two like very important sides to things that people don't really think about. Everybody just gets really heated and starts throwing accusations around. And I think that's very important to talk about. Oh, another bot, 69 mega. 69 mega. Get out of here. That's okay, Nova. If it makes you feel any better, mine was never around to begin with. Damn, these bots are relentless. Yeah, they are. And so sometimes I'll like upload a video and I'm like at work. like when it uploads, and then I'll come see, and I have to remove like 30, not 30, okay, I'm exaggerating, like 4 or 5 bot comments, and I'm like, screw off, man. Features get cut in game development pretty frequently as well. It's a difficult topic to handle. Yeah, exactly. So people need to bot killer program. People need to understand, like, both sides of the coin need to understand the different aspects to it, right? Like, you know, if you received Kickstarter money and you've gone silent, and there's a couple games that are like really, really bad for this. You have a responsibility to your fans. If you ran out of money, man up and say it. If you whatever, like try to make it work, do something. Or if you, some people will put themselves into bad situations. Like, let's say you're in a situation where if you do run out of money, there's no way for you to replenish those funds. Well, why did you start a Kickstarter in the first place? Right? If you're in a situation where, like, if one little thing goes wrong, everything's done, then like that's kind of a bad position to be in to begin with. So like there's a lot of different layers to it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like, not necessarily that it was malicious, but sometimes there is irresponsibility. Sometimes there is inevitability. And sometimes, like, even if you have to make a compromise, you still have to move forward. Yeah, it's over. Salah murder. Bro, does all dads in this community never show up? I swear, bro. As a solo game dev, it took me a whole day just to get an infinite scrolling map system set up. That's some bare bones stuff. Yeah, oh my god, game dev takes forever. People don't realize how long it is. Like, even something as simple as scripting a menu can take a while. I think it's wrong to outright call every Kickstarter a scam if they fail to produce a product and vice versa. If you're running a Kickstarter, it's up to you to have great communications. Exactly. I don't need what those bots are offering. I got a new puppy and he's all I need for companionship. Nice. But yeah, guys, I'm going to call it from here. I hope you guys enjoyed this Eevee Expo. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a thing on, because it's like, while I understand the argument that like bringing attention to these games could end up getting them struck, on the other end, if we don't bring attention to the game, the devs are going to get demoralized and not want to make them. Like, people don't make games just for themselves. They make games for people to play. So it's kind of that mix. And like, in terms of fan games that get taken down, like, if you consider how many fan games there are, only like the ones that make it to the very top get taken down. Like, look, Pokemon Reborn is like one of the bigger ones, and it's never gotten touched by Nintendo. Uranium was massive and it got taken down. So I don't think from one of these games being on my channel, they're going to get taken down over it, to be honest. If anything, Nintendo will wait for the game to be done and then strike them. For some reason, they like to do that. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day from here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're not subscribed to the channel, consider doing so. I still can't believe we have more than 40K on this channel. That's freaking insane. You guys are nuts. And yeah. Maybe you could continue streaming Eevee Expo. It's done. It's done, boys. It's done. The Eevee Expo is done. Oh, you mean every year? Yeah, or every time it comes out. Yeah, 100%. I will. 100%. I already got these guys subscribed with notifications. Sorry, I misunderstood what you were saying. We're nuts. D's nuts. One Pokemon fan game that's being taken down is like asking for hundreds to be made. Well, that doesn't make sense. If they're gonna get taken down, they're asking for money. Like once you start asking for money, that's also when you get taken down. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.